What's happening YouTube? Nick here at the A.G.C. and we're back today with another top 5 video for you. Now today's top 5s already sparked a lot of conversation in the WhatsApp group and with my pals when I told them I was going to be doing this one today. So today's top 5 is top 5 80s kids programs. Now obviously I was born in 83, so I'm going to have a different opinion to somebody who was born in 88, somebody who was born in 80. But as always, it's just my opinion. If you have a different opinion, which I'm sure you will have, please just drop a comment at the end of the video once you've watched, tell me what yours were. So without further ado, let's get on with number 5. Decepticons versus Autobots, Megatron versus Optimus Prime. There is no lad my age, 35, who doesn't love Transformers. As a kid, you absolutely loved it. It was prime time viewing on a Saturday morning. I don't know why they ever made live action movies. They were awful. So excited when I found out they were going to be doing them, and even Megan Fox being hot couldn't save them. But that's by the by. This is the cartoon. Optimus Prime was my favourite. Obviously, I had him. I had his toy, the truck, and with the back on and everything. Just loved it. The song. I mean, what's not to like about robots that could turn into other things? You know, it's obviously my top 5s are going to be lad orientated things, and you don't get more laddie than robots turning into cars or turning into planes. Or you know, they're saying the girls didn't like it, but I think the thing was obviously aimed at the blokes. Apologies if that upsets anyone, it's not meant to. But yeah, loved it. So that's why it's in the top 5. Now, number 4.
Somewhere in the dark and nasty regions where nobody goes stands an ancient castle. Deep within this dank and uninviting place lives Burke. Hello! Overworked servant of the thing upstairs. Feed me! But that's nothing compared to the horrors that lurk beneath the trapdoor. For there is always something down there, in the dark, waiting to come out. Don't you open that trapdoor! You're a fool if you dare!
Yeah, a little bit of a personal favourite of mine, this Trapdoor. Absolutely loved it. Poor Bert. What a git the thing upstairs was. Don't even get me started on Boney. Useless skeleton head. David warned him and nothing. Trapdoor was obviously like a pre-runner to the Aardman productions now, where they do it with plasticine. I think stopgap or stop motion, is that what they call it? Stop motion, is that what they call it? I even think one of the chaps who worked on it, I think I remember reading that he now works on the Wallace and Gromit and things like that. He works for Aardman Productions, so it's obviously a front runner, an early runner for that kind of thing. I absolutely loved the theme song. You know, as soon as it came on, you know, stay away from there. I'm not going to sing it, but absolutely loved it. Absolutely great stuff. Interesting fact as well, Willie Rushton of Private Eye fame was actually the voice of Bert. Another interesting fact about Trapdoor is the theme song was written by Bob Hattie, who actually wrote Shakin' Stevens' hit Merry Christmas Everyone. So there you go. I'm filling you with knowledge today, guys. I hope your brains are ready. Number 3.
Centuries to a dreadful dynasty of vicious vampire ducks, the Counts of Dracula. Legend has it that these foul beings can be destroyed by a stake through the heart or exposure to sunlight. This does not suffice, however, for they may be brought back to life by means of a sacred rite that can be performed once a century when the moon is in the 8th house of Aquarius. Blood. Are you getting? The latest reincarnation did not run according to plan.
In the heart of Transylvania, in the vampire hall of fame, yeah, there's not a vampire there.
Who didn't love Count Dracula? A vegetarian vampire, it's comedy gold. And voiced by Del Boy himself, Sir David Jason. Absolute winner, had to be. I mean, imagine a ritual to bring back a vampire and instead of using blood, they use ketchup. It's brilliant. It's absolutely brilliant. I loved it. Loved this show. An interesting fact about it as well, if you say it's interesting, I think it's quite interesting. Count Dracula actually started on another of David Jason's voice programmes. He was a bad guy on Danger Mouse. So there you go. If you ever get into a quiz and that question comes up, send a thanks my way. Number 2. As far back as I can remember, I've loved Thomas the Tank Engine. Just loved it, adored it. The song from a Beatle was in it, for God's sake. Ringo Starr, all right, the worst one, but Ringo Starr was the voice. Fantastic. Loved everything about it. Started my love of trains. I'm not like a train spotter type thing, but steam engines and things like that, absolutely love it. It's what kicked off my love of all that kind of stuff. One of my earliest memories, I'm talking, I must have been maybe 3.5, possibly, about the age my son is now. I remember knowing that Thomas the Tank Engine came on after the news, and it said that the news was on for 5 minutes. Either somebody told me, or it said on the TV after the 5-minute news or whatever. So I actually got up, and the old grandfather clock we had, I moved forward 5 minutes, thinking it would make Thomas the Tank Engine come on. Didn't. Still doesn't work now. And top of the list at number 1 is... hands down, number 1 best cartoon of the 80s growing up, got to be Thundercats. Absolutely loved this show. Had all the toys, literally all of them. A few years back I remember looking in the loft at my dad's house to get them, and they were all gone, and I was devastated because I wanted my boy to play with them. I cannot wait till he's old enough to start watching it so I can watch him all with him again, have a reason. Like I need a reason. One question that always got me about Thundercats, and I bet you thought it. You'll have thought it, and if you haven't thought it, I'll say it now and you'll go, oh yeah, that's right, that, Nick. When they crash landed on Third Earth, Lionel was a kid. So was Wily Kit and Wily Cat. Lionel grew up to be Lionel, the big, fella that he was. Wily Kit and Wily Cat didn't grow. Why? What happened to them that meant they couldn't leave their teenage years? Did they have to go to puberty all that time? Ugh, imagine that. I'm mixed on whether I want them to make a live action movie of Thundercats because I loved it so much as a kid. But really, they've not made many good live action movies of cartoons from the 80s, have they? So I think I'd love to see one being made, but it would probably be awful. So, but yeah, hands down, number 1 best cartoon of the 80s. Now, as I said at the beginning, there's going to be a lot of you who completely disagree with my top 5. That's great. Just leave them in the comments. I'd love to see what your top 5 is, what you think of mine. As always, guys, thanks very much for listening to me today. Don't forget to hit that subscribe, hit that bell, and hit those likes. But we have a great day, and I'll see you some more.